much indeed, and I'm delighted to be here. Thank you so much. I owe a great deal to you in my career. I love working with the pharmaceutical industry. So, first of all, I want to tell you quickly that the European Brain Council, we've had to change. We've brought everybody together who's in the brain space. So the patients living with neurological illness, the patients living with mental illness, neurologists, psychiatrists, neurosurgeons, neuropsychopharmacologists, have I got them all? And neurosurgeons. So all of us, together with the pharmaceutical industry, who also has a big interest in the brain space. And for us in Europe to deal with the European Commission, that's how they like it. They like us all together. And it's been a real eye-opener for me. Imagine coming from a patient background and chairing such an enormous group of talented people. Quite an eye-opener. Now, to business. Peter Pedersen, he has claimed, he's made a sort of statistical gathering together that of all the people who have ever existed on this globe, who have lived to be 65, 2/3 of them are on the planet now. That's one heck of a challenge to all of us. 2/3 who've made it to 65. Now, I think that that's a tremendous, we should say a big thank you for this, on behalf of this ageing population. We should thank the public health reformers. We should thank our clinicians. And we should thank your industry. It is an incredible achievement. But often when mankind takes a big step forward, in its wake come more challenges. And it is a fact. The longer we live, there will be more long-term chronic illnesses. The longer we live, we acquire more diseases. And once you're over 65, I can tell you, you've got at least 3 or 4 diseases moving on you. So the future is comorbidity, polypharmacy, big challenges to you and to society. Now, already there are murmurings across Europe about unsustainability of healthcare. And already some governments have done short-term cost cutting. I would say that that is a very short-term and not a good view. What I think the inspiration was when Christine Lagarde challenged everybody to say that part of an economic crisis, health is a major cost. And we've got to stop seeing health as a cost. It is an investment.
Hear, hear.
Health is wealth, and a wealthy nation is a healthy nation. So investment, we've got to change that over. And I think I really take my hat off to President Juncker, who has come in with this idea of the semester. Now, I have to tell you, as an English speaker, I could not understand what he meant by semester. But what he means is that you've got to have the excellent science with the innovation, with the societal impact, and you have to measure the outcomes. This is really a great way forward. And I think that your challenge in pharma is you've got to work out what value do you bring to the table? What do you achieve with your health outcomes? So, challenges. I think you have to build a new business model to focus on health outcomes. You have got to form new partnerships. You've always been good with your partnerships with the scientific communities. But now I think it's got to go much more into the whole healthcare chain. And it's complex. The illnesses are very complex. Lots of this comorbidity, complexity here. And of course, the care of these people is multidisciplinary. So you have new partners. Your science, of course, your doctors, all of which you've been very used to, the emerging patients who are getting a bigger voice, but it's also other people. IT, the impact of information technology, the digitalized data for health, electronic records. Then you've got all this possibility of looking now at the compliance of the medication. This is new channels, and I think for all of us, privacy, to sit down and design this together is going to be your biggest challenge. We've also got tremendous transformation on the patient side. Health information is everywhere. Patients are very well informed. And this information just used to be for the doctors. But it's not now. It's for everybody. So your patients are super consumers, and they're capable of making real value-based decisions based on outcomes. The rising importance of the patient-reported outcome measurements is definitely here. The biopharma companies will need to make partnership with companies, governments, patient organisations, technology companies, because all of that is in this very new ecosystem. And your young man, Richard Bergstrom, working at FPIA, has done awfully well, I think. He's made us realise the importance of transparency. But transparency is not enough. It's the first step. To get this moving, we need trust. Trust in this new partnership. And therefore, for me, it's absolutely vital that you capture patient experience. That is utterly vital for you. But I do have, and I just want to give you a warning that I do see. The pharmaceutical industry is coming to terms with the rapid shift in its own key stakeholders relevant to the current and future business models. The patient is now, and quite rightfully, a powerful stakeholder, and this impact is felt in the approach to your drug development and commercialisation. However, the patient, together with their advocates and carers, are subject to their own bias, just as any other constituency looking to progress its own agenda. And in this new healthcare paradigm, the pharmaceutical industry needs to adopt a societal view and consider how it can work collaborative with the other stakeholders to focus on value-added health outcomes in an IT-empowered global healthcare marketplace. It's a wonderful challenge, and we can do it together with respect, with trust, with partnership, innovation. And I look forward to working with you in that future.
Okay. Thank you very much for opening on a very... Okay.